pick one.
Well, we got a guy who, unfortunately, is being convicted for being convicted of murder for the fatal shooting of a person in a motorcycle club. And we're going to look at that case, and after we look at that and report that story, we're going to have a brief conversation this morning about whether or not you should be frisking people when they come to your motorcycle club or maybe your annuals or your events. Is it okay to frisk bikers that are coming to your events? Because I think it's an interesting question, especially based on the events that happened in this story here that we'll be looking at. It's kind of interesting. I've heard this discussion back and forth many times, but anyway, we're going to be looking at this story here and talking about whether or not you should frisk people. I'd like to hear you guys' comments. Like, what are your experiences with that? Have you ever been frisked at the door? Do you allow that? Do you leave if somebody wants to do that to you? Are you offended as a biker? Should somebody be frisking your national president and all that kind of stuff? Do you frisk the one percenters when they come in? Do you not frisk? Do you frisk everybody else but not the one percenters? Stuff like that. So we're going to get into that with my co-host Lavish T in 1 minute and 7 seconds right after this brief introduction, which of course was made by one of my many followers. I'm so thankful to you for this. And thank you guys all for watching me since 2016. Here we go.
Black Dragon Biker News. He's on YouTube. Black Dragon Biker News. Get yourself educated by his books and you'll learn how to move. Black Dragon Biker News. He covers it all. So click on the screen, hit subscribe and get updated Biker News with MC Protocol. A lot of phonies popped up when this YouTube Biker News craze came about, but the man on this channel is the first to do it and the only one that never sold out. His name's Black Dragon. Honestly, man, he hit the speed, revving Uncle Sam. They traded that uniform for the best from the mighty Black Sabbath. Not the band, I'm talking about the mighty Black Sabbath. MC, where he paid his dues and he earned his stripes. From prospect all the way up to national peace. All the copycat creators and the content stealers and haters, there have been many, but there's only one larger than life. Black Biker with the cowboy hat, the nose kung fu and says kick Kenny. Black Dragon Biker News. He's on YouTube. Black Dragon Biker News. Yourself educated by his books and you'll learn how to move. Black Dragon Biker News. He covers it all. So click on the screen, hit subscribe and get updated Biker News with MC Protocol.
Too many buttons going on here. Hold on. How do I turn the rain off? Ah, there we go. I couldn't find the rain button. What's up, Lavish T?
What's up, man? What's happening?
Man, I couldn't find the rain button to turn the rain off. That sucked. How are you?
I'm all right.
What's wrong? You look serious today. What's wrong? You mad?
No, man. You know, I'm working. I'm podcasting. I'm working. You know, the bills, the business got. You know, the show got to go on.
Yeah, well, you can't wear it on your face, and you'll be looking like this for the rest of your life.
Oh man, no.
Yeah. What's up, man? It's good to see you this morning. It appears that first of all, thank you to everybody over there. We got everybody. Mike Ball, Cowboy, Dwayne Martin, Vericid's on this morning. Wow, everybody's here today, man. It's good to see you all. Tasha down there in Portugal, man. We got people all over the world. Trend Layden, everybody, man. Cowboy is on this morning. Wow. Fred, GFY, man. All of my people. I don't see any of your people here. I mean, Trader Bolo is on here, who be siding
Why
with
you
you a
gotta
lot.
be a traitor, man?
Jim Papa Bear Anderson, what's up, man? Good morning. I like how he said Black Dragon and Lavish. He said my name first.
I mean, it's your show, man. Just saying, what would you expect?
Mixteca Stalls. No, because the other guy who always wants me to name the show after you, your subscriber, who's actually been subscribed to me forever. I don't get it, but anyway. Bolo said, "Wait a minute here."
You might like the name of it, you know. Who knows?
Oh my goodness. So anyway, over here in where is this? A Lucas County jury in Toledo. So, or I think this is Ohio that this happened in. I'm not sure, but yeah, Toledo. Is this Toledo, Ohio? There's more than one Toledo, but let's check it out. Lucas County. Let me make this larger. There you go. Lucas County jury convicted a Toledo man for murder Wednesday afternoon in another man's shooting death almost a year ago. This man died during a melee, they call it, at a Central Toledo after-hours club. And these names like this, after-hours club, this already is setting you up for the BS. You can already see it coming in the beginning of the story. The jury of 8 women and 4 men took just over 3 hours, that wasn't long, to find DeAndre Kuntz, just 30 years old, of the 1800 block of Airport Highway, guilty of alternative counts of murder and felonious assault for the March 3rd shooting of Caprice Arnett. Arnett, 34, just 34 years old. You young people be in them clubs. I don't go in them clubs no more. Collapsed outside the clubhouse of Envy Us Riders Motorcycle Club in the 1400 block of Belmont Avenue following the incident inside. Although he did not take the witness stand in Lucas County Common Pleas Court himself, Kuntz's defense lawyer contended he shot Arnett in defense of his sister, Vicky Smith, who was in a fist fight with the guy he killed. Here's the words here: on the unlicensed club's floor when the shot was fired. Right there, that whole unlicensed club thing. Ooh, everything happens after that. Lawsuits to your personal bank account, city coming in to shut your ass down. Maybe somebody gets arrested for selling illegal alcohol. All the things go bad when they throw that label out there on your ass on the news. We've had it happen. I can tell you it's ugly. Anyway, but Miss Smith, her testimony Wednesday as the trial's last witness may have undermined her own brother's cause. Damn. She told the court that while she told Arnett 3 times to stop bothering her, and then she punched him after he spat at her. Sometimes, a lady doesn't want to be bothered. You want to walk up to her, hey, would you like to dance? No, thank you. Well, what the hell did you come here for? Not to dance with you. Would you like a drink? No, thank you. Well, what the hell did you come here for? Not to drink with you. So you might feel like, she's too uppity or something. And then you just spit on her. You just puh. That's not something I've ever done. Have you ever done that, Lavish? Just spit on a that wasn't feeling you? Puh.
I ain't never did nothing outlandish to a female, man.
Yeah, you don't do that. You don't just spit on a girl. Anyway, he spat at her. She said even though he did spit on her, she let me see, catch my place back. She told the court that while she did tell him to leave her alone, and after she punched him, after he spat at her, it seemed to her that once they ended up on the floor under the bar, I guess he tackled her ass. It seemed like to her that Arnett was deliberately missing with his punches because she was a female. So he had to show out, take her to the ground, and now he's really just kind of punching at her, but not really punching. She said that's how she felt. Why would she say that when her brother's on trial for his life? Ouch. Kuntz faces a likely term of life in prison with parole possible after 18 years when the judge, Lori Olander, sentences him on March 13th. So he's 30. We're looking at this guy's going to be damn near 50 when he gets parole. But just threw all that time away. Both Katie Tharp, Kuntz's defense lawyer, and relatives of Arnett's who watched him from the courtroom gallery, they all declined to comment after the verdict was read. Jennifer Donovan, an assistant Lucas County prosecutor, conceded during closing arguments that Arnett was being a jerk when he aggressively hit on Ms. Smith. And before that, Kuntz's girlfriend, Antoinette Cobbler, who testified Tuesday afternoon, that she told him 10 times she wasn't interested. I think she's trying to say she wasn't interested in him, but none of that justified what happened next. Listen, if you tackle my sister, spit on her, tackle her to the ground and throwing punches at her, how does it not justify me blowing your ass away? But obviously, the jury didn't think so. That's why I tell you guys, be careful of your self-justification when you feel like you're going to hurt or kill somebody, because what's going on in your mind as this is the right thing to do, we need to do that. That don't necessarily be what's going on in them folks' mind when they see your ass there on the stand looking at you crazy, especially if you happen to be of color. They just don't be seeing it that way. And anyway, but none of that justified what happened next. Miss Donovan said Miss Smith had taken care of it. She's laying on the ground getting beaten up. How's she getting taken care of? And she and other club members had Arnett down on the floor, overwhelmed and surrounded, she said, when your boy just popped up and shot him. Although police witnesses said Kuntz confessed to the shooting under interrogation and allowed as how it would likely result in his going away for a long time, no recording of that interrogation was available because of a mistake at police headquarters. Ms. Tharp argued in closing that prosecutors had not even proven Kuntz fired the single shot, considering that several other club patrons were determined to have had guns, including one plainly seen in surveillance video from the inside. So she tried to say maybe somebody else shot him. None was matched to the single shot shell casing found at the scene, and detectives testified Kuntz told them they would never find the gun he used. Investigators determined Arnett was not armed. Ms. Tharp also repeated that Kuntz himself had been shot on 2 different occasions, once by 13 bullets, to promote the idea that he would be particularly wary of aggressive people in a place like a motorcycle clubhouse while being protective of his sister. You would think if he'd been shot 13 times hanging out in a bad place, he wouldn't go no more. But I'm just saying he did what any of us would do, protected a loved one. I feel that. The defense lawyer said, watch it, the videos for yourself and see what you see. But Ms. Donovan said Kuntz's past victimhood did not give him license to give personal hardship to somebody else. And Miss Donovan won. He's now going to jail for life with the, where'd you go? Where'd you go? I guess he'll come back. He must have hit the wrong button. So to life he went with the, here we go. What happened? Hit the wrong button?
No, I have no idea, man. It just reloaded.
It's that software you're using. I'm
using StreamYard. You shit. I'm using your software. What are you talking about? I'm on your platform.
So
your software.
So anyway, yeah, man. So what do you think, man?
Man, I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't really think too much of it, man. And I'm saying I don't really think too much of it, man, because I'm aware of that situation. You got to keep in mind, Black Dragon, that's only 45 minutes away from me, man. So I really don't have a lot of, commentary about it. It's just unfortunate that, two lives were lost, one through death and one, being incarcerated.
That's all you're gonna give us on that.
I mean, that's all I'm going to give about it, because, you know, some things you just,
Tell us the story, man. We want to hear the damn story, man. Tell us the story.
nah, man, I'm not gonna do all that, man. I'm not gonna go do all that, man, for the social media and everything like that, man. Because there's a lot of people affected by that, man. And this is you can say something on one end and another end take it a different way, man, and you cause friction just by saying stuff. You cause tension between two other groups of people, man, with things that we might see on the internet, but realistically still things are still servicing around. So I'm mindful of a lot of things, especially the things that I'm really aware of. So me personally, I don't want to really be talking too in depth about it, because again, when you on these platforms, you really don't know how many people are actually paying attention to the words and things that you're saying.
A whole lot of people.
I can say something about eggs at this grocery store is rotten, and then I rather go to this grocery store. And now by me saying that, those two grocery stores are going back at it, and I don't things that might get messy. I don't really want to
well, we don't want
to get into that kind of stuff,
messy, especially if things are still swirling. As you say, this was a year ago, so obviously tensions are still high about that. So let's go into our story then, or the question of the day. I have seen a lot of times these kind of things happen when you let folks in your clubhouse and you haven't and you don't frisk. Or like a lot of motorcycle clubs don't frisk people, and I'm seeing it happen a lot more these days. And so I was wondering, what do you think about that? Is that something that should be occurring or not? Or do you get offended when somebody wants to frisk you at their dance or annual or club or anything like that? Or is that something you guys even see in your area?
Yeah, I get offended by it. I get offended by it, man. Because that's not the norm.
It didn't used to be, you used to, but I have seen so many times people come up in your clubhouse. It happened in the Black Sabbath in, oh my gosh, 1999, 2000. A guy came into the clubhouse with a gun. He was after another guy. One of his prospects had left his club, and he had actually promised. He'd been talking to the father, and they were going back and forth. And the father said, I told him, he promised the father, man, I would never bring a gun in your club. Well, that night he came in with a gun, and he pulled the gun on the guy that used to be his prospect. I don't know the complete story, but I know that some kind of way he took his eye off of the man that he pulled the gun on for just an instant. And the man cut him in the throat and killed him right there. In the Black Sabbath clubhouse. Yeah. And then,
I mean, as far as I know, man, you're gonna have guns around, man. I mean, there's no way around it. You're gonna have a license carry. You
can actually frisk people at the door. There's a way around it.
Okay, you frisk me at the door, but then I tell my cousin that's in the club, give me my gun back when I get inside. So I mean, what are you saying?
If your cousin is part of our club, he surely shouldn't be doing that.
He shouldn't, but then that's his cousin.
Yeah, well.
So I'm saying, I think, it sounds good. Then you got the guy who's who. That plays a factor as well. All right, man.
What's wrong with y'all? Don't you know the internet is for running your mouth recklessly? Isn't that what it was made for? Papa Penguin has a point there. Yeah, well, and then you do see some things like you'll see the guys frisking everybody, but not the 1%ers. So now who do you got you got some guys in the club with guns and some guys not. So we see that. So the question is, if you're going to frisk somebody, do you frisk everybody? And my answer to that is hell yes.
I think it depends on, and I'm only speaking from me moving around. Different areas do things different, period. I've seen outlaws get searched as well. I've seen outlaws get searched at 99% clubs. And it's, I guess, where you located at. Now you come where I'm at, you're not going to see that. But I've seen other cities where you'll see that. Now you take a guy, and I'm going to share my personal experience. I went to a club, they tried to search me. And when they tried to search me, I made a big fuss at the door because I'm not used to that. And when I made this big fuss at the door, the guys, they came around, and it's like, man, I'm going at it. And when I say I'm going at it, I'm just real verbal. Ain't nobody about to search me. And I'm talking, and I'm kind of, aggressive with it. And when they came over, they did not search me because I was drawing the confrontation at the door. After I got in and I was talking to some people, and they like, yeah, man, what was going on? Blah, blah, blah. I had to understand that things were different there. Mm-hmm. They search everybody that comes into their club. Mm-hmm. And when they shared it with me, and it's not even like they really had to, because it's their club, they can do what the fuck they want to do. They tell, hey, you ain't got to be here. But when they explain, listen, man, we got our club, man, and we keep our club open. We do this. We run things our way. This is the way we do it. Everybody that comes in here gets searched. What can you do about it? You're on their turf. You in their territory.
You're acting so ugly. Ouch. Man, you wouldn't have got in my club.
That's personal preference, man. You know what I'm saying? You got some clubs. Like I say, man, every club run their clubhouse the way that they do. You got to know how people are in different areas. You can't fault me just like I can't fault them. I'm coming from an area where, hey, that's not a norm for me. So when you go somewhere else with your norm, it might not be normal there. So of course you're going off of, hey, we bikers, what are you doing? You what? You searching me? And blah, blah, blah. My thing is this. If I got to get searched, I'm not coming to your clubhouse. That's me. Everybody's focus is different. I would have 30 guys from my club behind me, and I would turn all them motherfuckers around and say, we ain't going in there. That's just me. I don't want you touching me. I don't want you to sit up here and I think a little different. If I got 30 guys with me, right, and everybody's getting searched, I'm thinking about the people that's doing shit that I do. I'm watching everybody, so I'm counting everybody in here. I'm counting. Okay, yeah, it's 30 of them. They ain't got no guns. Okay, it's 10 of them. They ain't got this. If we want to, man, we can overthrow this. I gotta think that way. I don't trust everybody. I come to your club, I might trust you, but I don't trust everybody that's in your club. So I'm moving a little different. But you got to respect the clubhouse.
Were you carrying that time? Jammin says you probably weren't even carrying anyway. And you still bitching and complaining.
Nobody would ever know. That's the thing. No one would ever know.
I have seen it a lot in the majors. I've seen a lot of the majors will check you when you come in the door. not so much the 99s. And you're right, it depends on what areas, because
And I mean, it's not really a big deal. Is not really a big deal as it once was. Especially when you see everybody else doing it. Sometimes, it's not like they're singling you out. You know the rules. And then when you go, like right now, when I go to this particular club, I already know the protocol. So I'm already letting my club know this is what they're gonna do when you get here, man. It ain't just because they say fuck us. They doing that to everybody. And you're gonna have some of the old guys that's fuck that. I ain't going to that club. Okay, well, y'all just don't go. Or you have the guys that just sit outside. It's their club. It's just like our club. You got certain bikes that can't park in front of our club or on our side of the street. It's just the rules.
Archie says, for those that don't want to get searched and it's a requirement, just leave. No need for the extra.
Just leave. Just leave. It's their rules. They gonna win. Just leave.
That sounds so much like her. No need for the extra. Lavish, you would let 30 guys from another club into your house? Says, keep it
they
low.
coming to support us.
Yeah, it happens all the time. I can see his point. If you don't trust me, then not trust them. Lavish is growing on me, says K-Bike Commuter. Yeah, K-Bike said off topic, but yesterday's story where the young man comes to get Black Dragon's colors, and Black Dragon says, look at my book on page 74, etc. And the kid goes back to the club without their colors and ends up bad, was funny. I thought it was funny too. I fell out when he said that. On the inside, I can't fall out on the outside, but I fell out. Lavish, would you let 30? Okay, yeah, we already read that one. But I've never been checked anywhere I've gone, says Hardwire 1%er. I've had it happen both ways. And Lavish, when I was younger in the motorcycle club world, and I was a national president, well, I way felt more like you feel. And I was sometimes really, really arrogant. And I can remember going to a club and telling a guy, yeah, I'm a national president. I don't get frisked. And my guys were all around me, all tough and shit. And they weren't going to let me in the club if I didn't get frisked. And and so we had ridden like 4 hours to get there. So finally I relented. And they had professional, they had like a security team with the uniforms and everything. And they were frisking everybody. So they were like, okay, we're frisking you. So after I showed out at the door for half an hour and acted a damn fool, the president came out and, oh, come on, please, Dragon, man. You know, everybody's watching you. Everybody knows you. Come on, man.
I ain't begging a motherfucker to come in my club, man. If you ain't, man, get the fuck on, man.
Yeah, well, that's not how it went.
I don't give a fuck who you is, man.
That's not how it went. So they was like, come on, Dragon, act right. So I said, okay, he can frisk me. And what did this guy do? Went straight down to my junk and felt on my junk, man.
Man, you could have saved that story, man.
I got so mad. I got so mad. I pushed that cat down and showed out at the door. I was like, what the hell are you touching me for?
I probably would have skipped past that and just said,
I'm just telling you what happened. I was upset about that. When I went
so you had another man fell on you, technically.
Well, yeah, technically, I guess I did. But he paid. Guy. He paid. Man, when I went to the clubhouse, I made a show of phones and guns go into a locked bag, was never once asked if I was still carrying weapons. Yeah, sometimes they miss. The cell phone used to be a big deal, and now everyone has cell phones in the clubhouse. You know what? It used to be a big deal that you couldn't take pictures in the clubhouse, but now you see it all the time. Even the 1%ers are taking pictures in their clubhouse.
I think it all. So to be honest, and to be, in all fairness, I'm speaking on both sides of being a biker, but then also being a civilian. In all fairness, at one point in time, the motorcycle club was only, selected people was able to come in there. So it, the secret society that it once was. You had guys in there that had their weapons, and you knew this. you had, you know, the bikers in there at this particular point. For me, you had a few guys that had cell phones, everybody else had pagers. As the cell phones became popular, you know, the bikers were able to come in with, you know, their cell phones and everything like that. As we move forward into, you know, modern times,
let me ask you a question. Let me interrupt you and ask you a question. You were around during those times when clubhouses were exclusive and not like all money oriented. You were around when you had to know someone to get in clubs.
I was around when you used to have a business card.
Damn.
And you used to, you know, you wrote your name down on the business card, and I say, all right, well, Black Dragon, yeah, come over to my club, man, and you know, blah blah blah. But you know, to speak on the whole searching thing, I mean, you have more people now seeing that the motorcycle club is not as private as it used to be, right? So, you know, the motorcycle club is about the money.
Mm-hmm.
And to keep the money going to pay the bills, you're depending on the civilians, right? So when you have the civilians that come in to have a good time, to spend the money, you kind of really got to cater towards them. Some people don't want to hear the word cater towards the civilians, but we know that the bikers are not spending the money when they come into these clubs. And when you have these civilians and you got, you know, bikers running around here with their derbies on with fucking assault rifles under their jackets swinging and shit, that doesn't really necessarily make the civilians feel comfortable coming into, you know, the clubhouse. So when you see the rise of financial gain with the civilians decline and you solely try to depend on bikers by themselves, you like, holy shit, I see the numbers are not matching. What can we do? And when you start seeing bikers getting into it with each other at your clubhouse, they don't never get into it at their clubhouse. They come to your clubhouse, fuck your party up, then go back to their clubhouse and everything is good. You're killing the crowd. So between the cell phones and the social media pictures, who wants to be incriminated with me taking a picture with me and Black Dragon, but you got a guy in the background that's pointing a gun at somebody in a booth that we're not even paying attention to, but you get some prosecutor that pulls the picture and zooms in, and now you got this guy John Doe in the back getting prosecuted. I mean, these are just different things that, you know, could happen. So when it comes down to security and searching people to get in, you got clubs that they don't want to go through all these problems with the city, and they don't want to have, you know, their town shut them down because of this and that. And a lot of the problems come from gunfire, shootings, murders, and all of that kind of stuff. So in the real world, outside, you know, putting the pride aside as far as being a biker and fuck that, you're not going to search me. These are the reasons why you have clubs nowadays that's more on, listen, we're going to do whatever it takes to keep our club going with less problems and to keep our people safe. And if it means, you know, searching bikers, you know, this is what we're going to do. And, you know, with time, people will adjust. And again, different areas move and do things, you know, a little different.
So, you know, War Gorilla brings up an interesting point, and this really depends on the kind of motorcycle club you have, because our mother chapter was absolutely supported by the community for many decades. It was the civilians that came in every Friday and Saturday, and you are very right. The club was set up very much to cater to those folks because they were spending real money, and there would be 100 of them in that club, and maybe 30 bikers. So that they would come Friday and Saturday. That was their night, and this was for decades. And they spent good money in the club. The Golden Hawks here in Atlanta were the same exact way for 30, 40 years, they were just almost they were an after hours nightclub. They were a nightclub. People came there, and the bikers were kind of like, on the side. We went there to hang out. We were going there. There were civilians. There was women coming from all over the place. You really went there to hunt girls because they was always going to be there. That's way different than like a outlaw clubhouse somewhere where really only the people that are coming in are people that know people on the set, people from other motorcycles. So different motorcycle clubs have different experiences with that. And I was absolutely around when all you had was a business card and you had to know someone. Somebody else said on here, it depends on the club. Some won't let you in, won't even let you touch the door. I can remember, oh my goodness, I want to remember what club it was in Little Rock. In Little Rock, Arkansas, where you don't touch the door. There's like a doorbell, and
you don't touch the door at my club either.
There's somebody at the door at all. You're not walking in there. You are. They're gonna actually look to the peephole before you let you in. I can't remember the name of that club, man. We had so much fun over there.
But that's normal. I mean, again, different areas. That's normal for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's normal. That will be what I would consider a normal thing in the bike world across the motorcycle clubs for various different reasons. You don't touch anybody's door. You have someone there to open the door. You have someone there to open the door and let you out.
No, not such a big thing here in Atlanta. Here in Atlanta, clubs are pretty much open to the public. And
no. Open to the public is one thing, but actually physically opening the door to let you in or out.
Yeah, that's a normal thing here. That like the door's almost like open.
No, we don't
like most of the clubs here. You just walk in the door.
Come to Detroit and try that shit, man. I'm just saying, that's a dangerous thing, man. But then I guess it depends on the type of people that you with, man. Because some people are so relaxed and it's just all fun and it's all cool and shit.
Our hospitality down here is different. It's not, I've dated a few girls from Detroit. Everyone I ever met will cut you. Like that's.
I mean, hospitality or not, things can change in the blink of an eye. Hospitality or not, it doesn't take much to trigger somebody, and everything gets, everything changes around.
Kimo Luciano says, in Detroit, you bet not touch that door. Wow.
Hey, he know what's going on, man. He know what's going on. It's going to be
Black Dragon. I just opened the door. I'm here. What's up? Not that.
No. You're going to ring the bell, knock on the door, whatever. Somebody's going to open the door. You're going to leave out, and it's programmed. It's like we know that. So when you're leaving out and nobody's at the door, you looking around like, hey, who at the door? It's a respect thing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's not only time you see somebody at the door around here is when you got to pay to get in. Other than that,
no.
Most clubs you just walk right on in.
So what happens, man? Listen, let me say this because
Jamie says that's any house in Little Rock. Or I almost got hit by an umbrella and a drum trying to make a delivery. Okay, so maybe that's all the clubhouses in Little Rock. I've only been to a couple in Little Rock.
Listen, just put yourself out here like this, Black Dragon. You got a fucking motorcycle club with all kinds of shit going on. Who's to say when the fucking police might storm through there and you got some idiot opening up your door to welcome this cop in? I'm just saying.
I'm just telling you, I've seen it all kind of ways.
No.
There are places where you can just walk in.
Yeah, no, we ain't doing all that stuff, man. What happens when you have odds with another club? What happens? You had odds with another club, and another club, they gain access to your door and they run into your club to take over your clubhouse. It didn't happen.
It has happened. I haven't heard of it happening around here, but it does happen.
I'm just saying, and I get everybody in every place is different. I'm only speaking on Detroit. It's like the little meme that goes around. You will fuck around and find out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that to brag or glorify violence or, you know, bad stuff, but we are guarded people. We're guarded people, period. That's just our makeup.
Mm-hmm.
That's why when we go out of town, and I use this analogy because people that see Detroit people, when we go out of town, it takes us a day to just, you know, readjust because we always on the defense.
War Gorilla says our door stays locked. You knock, we check the camera, we let you in, we let you out.
That's it. That's what most motorcycle clubs I know of are like.
Clubs do.
I said that I know of. This is only coming from
I've never
lavish.
been to a motorcycle club in Detroit, but I'm going to make it my point to walk in your club. I'm just opening the door and walking in.
Well, I dare you. I dare you to do that shit. I'm just not gonna look. I'm just not gonna look.
You're not gonna come save me?
Hell no.
I'm in
Black
Detroit.
Dragon. I told you not to. I told you not to do that.
I
told you not to do that shit.
I'm in
You
Detroit.
thought you was doing that shit, and in the fella's mind, that's just you're just that free punching bag. You're that I can't wait to the next club meeting that we can sit around. Yeah, did you see the way I gave him this?
I'm old. Y'all gonna punch an old guy?
Fuck, they don't give a fuck about that shit. They got some free punches in. They gonna talk about yeah. But I grabbed them and I did like this, and that's what they gonna talk about. And I'm gonna be the guy. I'm gonna go. Okay.
And you're not okay. That's Black Dragon. That's my boy. You're not fixing that. That's wrong. I'm in Detroit. I was just a kid when I did that. Had I been my age now, some El Gallo said he did that once. Let me go look up here. Wow. El Gallo said when I was 18, I opened the door to a club that is next to a bar, thinking I was going in the bar, and on Warren Avenue. I was alone, and when I figured out what I had done, we all had a good laugh.
No, if he was in Detroit on Warren, I know. I got a great idea of what possible club that could be. It's a couple on there, but I got a great idea near a party store that he could be at, man.
So he was lucky, was he?
Yeah.
Okay, Dragon, play at your own risk, says Chemo. Bring your ass up here to Detroit playing with that. The doorman is a shift job on rotation. Wow, it's interesting. You learn about this. Black Dragon, you'll be floating to Canada. You do that in Detroit or Flint.
Man, they don't fuck around, man, about this shit, man. You don't touch the door. You don't touch the door. Even if it's not a party night, you don't touch the door for so many different reasons, man. So many different reasons. It doesn't have to be a party night. You can be people. Other clubs have visited other clubs, man, on non-party nights.
A lot of times our front door would just be wide open. Come on in.
Hell no.
Yeah. Man. Like I said, different places do it different ways.
Yeah, no, man. Our doors just open when we rent a hall out.
War Gorilla said Black Dragon's gonna be like, Lavish said it was cool.
The L ain't even gonna come out.
I ain't gonna get able to say nothing.
Hell no. They go afterwards, after they get you up off the ground, they'll come over there and they'll talk to you. Well, a couple of them will talk.
Dragon Detroit is a different monster, OG.
and when I be saying that about Detroit, again, I'm only speaking about my experience in Detroit. And I don't be saying this stuff to discredit other cities because I don't know how other cities are, but I know how Detroit are. I know how Detroiters are. We are always on defense. We're always aggressive. We are always like, we go somewhere and it's like, man, just chill, man. They cool over there. We ready to go. We ready to go. Like, quick on whatever. We ready.
Man, I'm so used to, you see that behind me, the cornfields of Kansas and stuff. I'm just so comfortable. That's why I don't know.
Them cornfields that had your loose garments, floating around all over there, man. Pants over here, shirt ripped over there, wallet laying on the ground right here, man. You know what I'm saying? Your
So,
bike, somebody taking off on your bike down there, selling your goddamn bike or selling it back to you.
no more Black Dragon shows if you go to Detroit. Open that door. I get y'all. I hear y'all. We are very cool. Says Chemo. Don't come. They're trying to warn me. Don't come up here with that, Dragon.
Don't come up. Hey, we some cool people. But you just got to stay in line, man. And that's just the city. That's not just. I'm not just speaking on bikers. That's just us Detroiters, and the bike shit don't make it any better as well.
I know. I follow one of my favorite boxers. That lady, the Goat. That young
Clarissa
lady.
Shields.
Yeah.
She out of Flint.
Yeah, she's out of. But when I hear her talk and stuff, she's just so matter of fact, man. She's just so matter of fact. Like there's no like around the way with her. It's just matter of fact.
No, because we aggressive. Like, we want you to know we not fucking around, man.
I was like, dang.
We don't mean no harm, but we let you know we firm. This just what it is. This just what it is.
I've noticed that about her. She's like she's one of my favorite bars, but she is just like matter of fact, straight to the business. Don't play no games with her cute self. She's cute though. Out there be whooping. She says she can whoop men. She ain't playing. She is the GOAT though. Greatest woman of all times. Yeah. So yeah, I never forget the girl I used to date named Myra from Detroit. That girl did not play no games. She would cut your throat. She wasn't playing and still be in love with you. Tough people up there. I love y'all though. I love y'all. I'll knock on the door. I'll ring the doorbell. I ain't got no problem. So when it comes down to it, do you believe that the door that you should be frisked at the door, or that you should not be? Should you frisk patches or not frisk patches, but frisk civilians, or just not deal with it at all? Because something like that can destroy your clubhouse. We've actually had it happen to us. So
I think it depends on the club. I think it depends on their rules. I think that when it comes down to civilians, they don't understand the rules of that the bikers follow. Some of the biker rules are not the same, because at one point in time, you just didn't fight another dude from another club. That shit was staged. Man, we ain't about to do that shit right now. Y'all want to fight? Hold on. Come back around here Tuesday at 3:00. And y'all go ahead and get it on. Your president and his president, and y'all got so much hostility y'all need to get off, man. Y'all go ahead and do that. Or it was a problem. You had the two, opposites, in charge that at that time talk to each other. Now, shit, motherfuckers don't follow rules, man. People pulling out guns fast. So for the safety of people, I'm not saying, trying to be the toughest guy out here. Hell, shit. I mean, if you got to search people, then you got to search them to make sure your establishment is, still going to be able to be around. You got relationships that play a factor. You got the respect of, OG guys that, other clubs, might put at a higher pedestal than others, because, they just not about to stop you and stuff. They know you're not coming here for no problems. But I guess a lot of people don't look for problems. The problems happen. So I think when you ask that, I guess it's all going to be situational, man. It's going to be all situational.
Tasha says frisk everybody or frisk none. Logic had a question for you. I may have asked this in the past, but what is your working definition of a civilian? I have heard.
Okay, so for us, we call a civilian anybody that's not a member of a motorcycle club, that does not have colors. They're just everyday people that's not affiliated in a club, and they're just coming out to party or have something to do. That's what our definition of a civilian is. Someone that doesn't really know anything or know too much about, motorcycle clubs, or even if you were a past member, you're not in possession of of colors, rags, or in a club anymore. You're just a person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think would be my definition of a civilian as well. I agree with you on that. Somebody that's not affiliated. Would a social club girl be a civilian?
Man, you know the thing about that shit is, man, right now, man, that's like one of those slippery slope type of things, because you get these social club civilian people, man. They put these vests on and they think that they're one of us, and they're really not. So for me, no, you're a social club, and mind you, the word social club varies from place to place. So I want to be clear, not to offend anybody. I'm going to speak on Detroit. I'm going to speak on us. When we say social club, our definition of fuck it, it ain't a definition, it's what it is. We have social clubs that motherfuckers is riding around in vans and shit, man. They're a social club. You have motherfuckers that's riding around, just want to be a part of a club, and they fucking throw parties. Those are social clubs. Well, then you go to other places and other events.
They
You
have
get
men in them. These things you're talking about have men.
yeah, they have men in there. But you go to other places and social clubs consist of women.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I got to put that out there, you know, for us, because our definition of a social club is different. And when you start moving around and you're having conversation, and you get guys just like what you just asked, and they say, hold on, you got social clubs that got guys in there? You're like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and other places, social clubs are, you know, the a woman's thing, man. So our
Have you
social
ever
club
seen the savings and social clubs? Have you ever seen that?
says savings.
Savings and social clubs.
Now, what do you mean by that?
That's their names. Savings and social clubs. That's what they're called, as savings and social club. They're down here in the
No.
South, and they have men.
A club. Okay, a club. No, I never heard of that. I never heard of that.
They're called, you know, we have social clubs. They're called savings and social clubs, and they have patches on their backs and everything. And I asked one, what is a savings and social club? And they said we get together and we save money together and we share that money between each other as a social club. And they have patches and everything, and they go to motorcycle club events with these patches on, looking like a whole motorcycle club. And the first time you see that, you're just like, what am I looking at? There's a man in a social club. Are you serious? But yeah, they have
no. That's normal. That's normal for us here.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, you got because our social clubs don't necessarily, they're not always bikers. You know, I mean, I don't know what the fuck they are, man, to be honest, man. They just in the way, if you ask me. Only because they wearing a vest, man. I you know, my opinions and views about that shit be, you know, kind of different. Do they do their thing? Do they have nice parties? Do they, you know, get their own little crowd? Yeah, they got their thing going on. I speaking for myself, I just think that it's fucking pointless for them to have a fucking vest on. They can do that shit without a vest. That's just my personal opinion.
I see them. They're down here. I just ran into some just a week or two ago, but mostly you see them in like Alabama and stuff like that. Alabama and Louisiana, stuff like that. You know, in the deep South. But yeah, I've seen them. And hey, I went to a party that they threw, and one of those savings social clubs threw. And it was huge. They had people from everywhere, bikers and everything coming up from motorcycle clubs. They threw the baddest party. They had some fine little honeys there too.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I've seen it, and I mean, I see these girls and these ladies, these females in these clubs. You know, they're gonna get the crowd, especially if they're out and about, because people respect people that move around, and you know, guys are gonna go where the women are at.
Now, Wardlow brings up an interesting point. He's been hitting it today. Here in Vegas, we have some female clubs that are called social clubs and other female clubs that are called support clubs, which I don't agree with. I believe all females should be social clubs unless they are riding bikes. That is a thing that's been coming up lately, that we've seen a lot of lately, is female support clubs. Especially for OMCs. It's kind of interesting. What are your thoughts on members of clubs attending an event without their colors? Is that something that is frowned upon?
Well, I have attended events without my colors on. And that's only because I stumbled across the event and I was already there and popped in. And it was like, okay. But truthfully, man, I feel, and this is just me, I see a lot of guys, they go out here and they don't wear their colors. Me personally, I think that's bullshit. We work so hard to get these colors, man, right? And we put work in to get them, only to get them and not wear them. I put my colors on to go to these events to represent that while I'm here, my club is here.
Mm-hmm.
If it's just, even if it's just one,
mm-hmm.
my club is here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And
that's
you can
just,
always say we were there.
But if
we
were there,
no colors on,
who
knows you were there?
You got guys that was in clubs, they get kicked out of clubs, they go to another state to a party, and you see one of your guys and they don't have a rags on. You don't know what happened in that club meeting or what happened with the club in that other chapter, and you still thinking that he's in good standing and he's not. But to directly answer that question, is it frowned upon? Some people look at it and they frown upon it. Me, I put your colors on. You went from being a person that wanted to join a club to getting a probie set to working towards a full set to become a member, only to not wear your colors, to blend in as a civilian, but want to get treated the same way as a biker. Put your colors on.
That's why a lot of clubs have rules, like in order to walk in the color count or the parade,
you gotta have your colors on,
and your full colors. You can't be in. Okay, so what do you think about soft colors?
I think soft colors is cool if you're doing a party and y'all want to uniform each other. Y'all want to, where everybody, want to wear this. I see it's cool. I guess if you're in fucking Texas at a roundup and it's hot as fuck out there, you don't want to have this
like this year's roundup.
Correct. You don't want to have this heavy ass leather jean vest on and you still represent your club. The thing that I don't really like about soft colors, man, it depends if it's soft colors with your rockers on there or if it's just your club name on there. Because you have people that go out and they buy club shirts from different clubs, or the wives wear it. And that's like, okay, but then you have members that have the member shirts with, the rockers on there. And, you lose that shirt, misplace that shirt. Now you got somebody else that could possibly wear it. And I've seen people that don't know any better wear a fucking motorcycle shirt. I've seen people wear some shit from a secondhand store, not knowing anything. They just thought it was a cool ass shirt.
So having too many of them things hanging around.
Yeah.
I'm old school. I do not like soft colors. I don't appreciate them. I don't recognize them. I hate there. To me, there's no such damn thing as soft colors.
No, I mean, I get it as far as on the you repping your club, because you might be out somewhere at a non-motorcycle event and you just got a cool shirt on that's you representing your club. You go out to a carnival or some shit, and then you run into John Doe.
Should it have your colors on the back of it? Should it have your full set on the back of it? Or
no.
Should it, yeah,
I think that it should just be a shirt with just the name. I don't think
that's
it should
not
have
soft colors. Soft colors is not a shirt with your name on the front. Soft colors is a shirt with your patch set up on the back. And only full patch brothers can wear shirts like that. But you're right. Too many of them out there, they wind up in secondhand stores and stuff like that. And now somebody's wearing a set of your colors. For the majors, you can buy those soft color shirts on eBay and Etsy and stuff all day long. But that's why I despise soft color so much.
Yeah, to each his own, because you still represent. You just ain't coming down the color count line with no soft colors on.
Do you see this stuff? It's just crazy. On Ali, mostly AliExpress. Here you go. You wear you wear this out in San Bernardino if you want to. This is crazy, but this stuff you can buy this stuff from overseas. This is the reason I hate soft colors with a passion. Is there's too much of this that's out there that people can easily get a hold of. $4.44. Come on.
I see, like I say again, I see, you got some of the guys, man, they got soft colors on a bomber jackets. You got guys that got soft color. I mean, I guess to each his own. I'm not completely opposed to it. I don't have any soft colors because I just wear my vest. But I'm not gonna knock the guys, that have them, because it could be time appropriate for some, or they still want to be repping a club and not wearing a vest. You got some guys that they wear they jacket, it has its soft colors and they out everywhere.
So
I'm not opposed to it.
And civilians don't know shit. Like, you would never wear this on the front anyway. This stuff is just out. It's just crazy. This stuff is out there. And if you're watching this show and you don't know anything about motorcycle clubs, don't ever buy this kind of stuff. Don't buy that. That right there is only reserved for full patch. Only a full patch member of a club can wear its back icon on anything. Front, back, sideways, whatever. If you're gonna get a support shirt, it's gonna say something like this. It's gonna be something like support. You don't see their iconology anywhere on here. This is what you're gonna see. Support your local whomever. Insert whatever you want to insert there, whatever motorcycle club you want to insert. That's a support shirt. And I think that's probably the only way it could be here on Amazon. Because Amazon is not going to be selling no bullshit like that. They get shut down in a heartbeat. Craziness. That's why I hate soft colors. I hate soft colors for that reason. Now, if the whole club is, like you say, we're going to be in Texas at the Roundup and Ennis, Texas this summer. I think that's where it is. It's somewhere down in Texas. It was in Ennis, Texas in 2011. If we're going to be down there and it's going to be 200 degrees out, we might all be in the same kind of colors like that. The problem with a jean jacket cut is that you might get 4 seasons out of it before it is shredded by the wind and weather. And then there's a lot of 99% clubs that are not allowed to wear the jean jacket cutoffs any longer. So that's another problem.
Yeah, no, I know that. We had a problem like that, man, with one of the guys before.
Yeah.
We had an issue like that with a guy from another chapter. So we had to go back because, at first the attitude was fuck out of here. So then we had to go back and we talked to the founder, because we were trying to, we was questioning it and figuring it out. Was it a big deal? It was not a big deal because of the respect for the club, but it was brought to our attention.
Mm-hmm.
And we were made aware of it. Sometimes things don't always have to go left. You can have, people can bring things to your attention. Some things that we might not even notice or pay attention to that gets overlooked. And it was brought to our attention. And before we responded, because we were kind of, questioning, certain things like, man, this and somebody saying that and blah, blah, blah. So now we go back to the founder speaking on things from a particular era. So we're like, oh, okay. And he went back to like the late 70s, early 80s about some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And this comes with conversation
mm-hmm.
before we react. So
mm-hmm.
we hear, the club is this, and, it was stated that, and we have this and so and so and so.
Mhm.
Before we go out there thinking, fuck them, who is this and all this, making an ass out of ourselves. Sometimes you got to ask these OG guys. And we everything was fine. It wasn't a big deal about it, man. It wasn't like it was some confrontational things, but it was something that the younger guys had to be made aware of as well. And some of the older guys, because if it's not brought to your attention, then you're not aware of it. So you'll go forever thinking that it's not a problem. And it was only brought to our attention because, hey, we could not say anything, and then you have a problem by somebody that's really on some bullshit down the road.
Absolutely.
And that was that, man. It wasn't a problem. Like I say, it wasn't a problem, but it was something that was brought to our attention about it, man. And the guy, he he still got it, man. But he's locally it's not, it's not a big fuss. But it's still like,
you can get out there on that road and
why put yourself in a situation when something was just brought to our attention, because you bringing possible problems to a motherfucker like us, and now we got to deal with it.
Yeah. Dang, Jamin's jumping on you. Lavish, do you have any stories you haven't heard from Black Dragon? Damn. They're
What
tough.
do you mean?
Denim is reserved for outlaws and diamonds, says War Gorilla. And so it's that way in a lot of areas. It's not that way in every area, but it's that way in a lot of areas. Or an old school 99 that never stopped wearing denim. Denim, in the history of denim is in my book, Motorcycle Club Protocol, where it actually comes from and all that. But it used to be all clubs wore denim, and now it's in many areas it's reserved for outlaws and diamonds, for sure, and 1%ers. So yeah, because not all diamonds are 1%ers. But yeah. So. Vernon Bolo says, yeah, that denim vest might get your head thumped. It's true. It's absolutely true. It's true. There's no two ways about that. So anyway, you learn a lot of things.
You do, man. You do, man. I mean,
but we've covered all that in my new book, Motorcycle Club Protocol 101, so you can understand how and why denim can get your ass kicked, especially if you're not in one of those kind of clubs that is thought that could wear it. So make sure to get the Motorcycle Club Protocol 101 book from Black Dragon. You can get it for $34.95, Lavish. At blackdragonsgear.com.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, anything else? I think that's pretty good for a show today.
Because I got to get out of here myself, man. I got to get out of here. I got to do some work, man. I got to do some work.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you show up and hang out with me every day, man. I just really I really do get good time talking with you. I got to be careful how I word it, because you be looking for me to say the wrong thing. Like I get a pleasure out of speaking to you, but hey, no homo though.
Hey man, I'm just saying, man. I watch the words that I say, man. I watch the words that I say, man. I probably wouldn't have worded your search, situation. I probably would not have worded that such as you did. I'm
talking to the younger generation when I'm talking to you, so I have to be on my P's. You keep me on my P's and Q's. I promise you that. I'd be thinking, now what would Lavish say if I didn't used to think that. Like, I've been looking for tennis shoes ever since you said that, man.
Oh man, I'm trying to tell you, man.
I got to get me some cool tennis shoes. All right. Hey, man, as always, it's a pleasure, man. And I'll see you tomorrow, and we'll do this some more.
All right, man. Everybody out there, man, y'all be safe. Enjoy your day.
When are you coming up with your bike night again, bro? I want to come to the bike night.
I normally start that in June.
So are you going to do it again?
Yeah. Yeah, I normally do it in June because at the end of May, I'm out of town. The first week of June, I'm out of town. The second weekend of June is my club's breakout. So after I get those things out of the way, I got a pace that I can be at. So yeah, I'll be doing it in June.
I'm coming up there for your party. Your lavish one that you do.
That's what I'm trying to get you. That's Labor Day weekend, August 29th to the 31st, in Detroit, man. It's gonna be the third year of the actual biker bash. Now it originated from my car and bike show.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it originated from. So I'm like maybe 7 years in. And I got car guys that's like, man, when you gonna get back out here and do another car show? I just been so occupied with the bike stuff that I haven't thought too much about the car things, at least until I get my car back.
Stuff and
yeah, we give out trophies. We give out trophies and everything like that, man. We got vendors, we got an event, we got a party, we got a bike show, sound competition. This year I'm adding the 3-wheel community in because a lot of times we don't talk about them guys. And they be out here supporting hell of it. We might rag on them and talk shit about what they ride and everything. But, I tell them don't take it personal because you get a Harley guy and a Goldwing guy. We'll talk the same shit about each other. So we're not targeting you because you ride a 3-wheeler. That's just the shit. You got to have tough skin, man. But, those independent riders as well, man, they come out and support a lot of events. A lot of times we don't really recognize them or shed light on them because we so focused on clubs, but those independent riders, man, they come out, they support, they show love, they spend money, they tell people, they travel. Those 3-wheel people, man, they come out and all they want to do is have fun. They want to be, out here having a good time just like everybody else, man. And I try to focus on them as well, not just clubs. It's an event for bikers in general, 3-wheel bikers, Can-Am, slingshots. Them slingshot people, man, they put a lot of fucking money in them slingshots. The fucking lights, man, they be spending $5,000-$6,000 in lights. I don't get off on it, but seeing them, it looks good.
On yourself, I didn't know they cost money like that.
Well, they're paying people to do it. I don't think the lights itself, man. But when you talk about that tedious labor, shit costs, man. Yeah. But yeah, go ahead, man, and get up out of here, man. Black Dragon, man. You get you a chance, man. Stop at Foot Locker or Foot Action, man. Get you a pair of Air Force Ones, man. Get you a pair of Jordans. You go a long way with those. Get you the retro Jordans.
Still buying Jordans? Hadn't been playing for 100 years.
It doesn't matter. He comes out with a new pair of shoes, they're gonna sell out. Get you a retro pair of Jordans, man. The original retro color. You'll do just fine. Get you a pair of Air Ones, you'll do just fine. And a pair of Air Maxes. Those will be the top 3 Nike shoes that you'll need. They're timeless. You'll do just fine.
Air Maxes. I've heard of those. That was from my day.
Get you a pair, get you some Air Maxes. You can get you some Air Max 95s. You can get you some Air Max, some Vapor Maxes. They're about $180. You get the Vapor Max. They got 2 of them. They $220. You pay for quality, man.
A quality is a nice pair of ostrich skin cowboy boots. That's quality.
We're not talking about boots. Boots and gym shoes, 2 different categories, sir. Can't put them together. That's 2 different categories. Yeah.
$180. Well, you can go get some Skechers for, you don't wear Skechers?
I mean, you can get the ones that got the wheels in there and you can roll too, man.
Get
those.
What the hell was that?
No, you can get you some Skechers. They got the little wheels in there, man. I can see you running, through the mall doing that.
You see that, do you? Somebody asked.
No, Foxy. I told Butter about it. He didn't pass the message. I'm blaming it on him. I told Butter about that more than once. Because I would like to see the PROC committee come to the Lavish Biker Bash.
That would be nice.
And I'm gonna have more of the information up as I get it, because I'm working. You know, one thing about the PROC, man, and I know I gotta go, but I want to say this, and this just goes out to anybody that's in the club, president, vice president, or building the event. You learn something from different people. Black Dragon can learn different things from me, like I can learn from him, like I can learn from Foxy, and seeing the way that the PROC puts together their event. I took some of the stuff from the PROC to work towards my event. I took some of the things that Next Level do to work towards my event. I took some of the things from different people to make it work, so that I can have a better event, because I've seen some of the things that they got going on, and I like that shit, man. So yeah, I definitely would like to have the PROC people come out to my event.
And the PROC, some of the things you're doing, they're putting it down. They're very, very, very polished at what they do. Very polished, and they know what they're doing. Especially Miss Foxy, they know what they're doing. Anyway, I appreciate you. To answer this one question, there are several dominants. Somebody asked me several dominants. Outcast was so blah, blah, blah in Cincinnati. Who is the dominant to ask? Well, typically they should have some kind of a council out there that they all participate in. Other than that, you just kind of pick one, and that's the one you fall under. So. Typically they might have a council for you to get in touch with. All right, I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. The only shoes I spend over $100 on is a good pair of work boots, sneakers, $25 max.
Man, you can't even get a pair of Chuck Taylors for $25. I remember when you can get a pair of Chuck Taylors for $14.95 at one point, man, when I was younger.
Oh, how much are they now, Chuck Taylors?
$49. The last time I checked, let me say that. Last time I checked,
they're made out of paper.
They classics.
Man,
people buy them for the colors, man. Just like Vans
in them damn things. It's like having flip flops on.
It is. I don't personally do it. I have done it before locally. I don't do it because I'm a tow truck driver, so I've seen some shit, man. So
feet out there on the ground.
Yeah, I ride a little different, man.
Yeah. All right. We're going to get out of here this time. Hey, I appreciate you. You have a good day, young man.
All right. Now, y'all be careful and safe out there.
All right. Thanks. Bye-bye. All right. And I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. Let us know what you think, how you feel. Have you ever had a situation where you've been frisked at the door? What did you think about it? Does your club frisk people at the door? What do you think about that? Who do you frisk? Who do you not frisk? If you frisk one, do you frisk all? Just let us know your comments down in the comment section below. Please like, share, and subscribe my channel, and consider getting a subscription. We would absolutely appreciate it if you got a subscription, where you're going to get a few benefits that we have for people that have subscriptions that other people don't get. If you donate to the show, all donations are read out loud. You can get a hold of Lavish T. Williams at info@lavishtwilliams.com, and he's on all social media platforms as Lavish T. Williams. So anything you want to see, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, Twitter, all of those, you can find him at Lavish T. Williams. And you can find me at Black Dragon Biker TV on all profiles and all platforms. And do donate to the channel. $ BikerPrez is my Cash App. And for Lavish T. Williams, it's $ Lavish T. Williams. I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents, man. You guys have a great day out there. Thanks for tuning in since 2016. And we appreciate that. Foxy says Butter is not the person to tell, bro. Nope. He said nothing. Shaking my head. Well, you know now, Foxy. You know now. Okay, man. Y'all have a great day outside, man. And it's warm here in Atlanta. It's warm. It's hot here. And so hopefully it's hot where you guys are. I'm Black Dragon. I'm out. Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book.
Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospect's Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing onto the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the motorcycle club nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book.
It's definitely a big issue for you too. But I'm going to talk about the 99s for a minute. What's up, Mama Ro? I'm going to talk about the 99s for a minute and what our responsibilities are and what we need to think about. Because if you don't really know what's going on the set, you can find yourself in kind of a precarious predicament if you make the wrong kind of moves or do the wrong kind of things when this kind of stuff goes on. So, when percenters get into a war with one another, what should 99%ers do? Here's 10 things you should know. Number 1, stay in your lane. Find a corner and put your motorcycle club in it. If you're a president, you want to find a corner and put your motorcycle club in it. What I mean is, the set can be volatile. It can be very dangerous. And when you have that kind of thing going on, this set's not safe. So as a 99%er motorcycle club, what you want to find is yourself in your business, in your lane, while all of the fancy stuff gets handled on other levels.
Yeah, you heard that, didn't you? On other levels. Tried to tell you suckers, Black Dragon is the man. The Black Dragon is the man. A real OG, bonafide, certified, a true MC. The Biker Boys, the Biker Boys. It's in the house, so most definitely blow the whistle for Black Dragon, Biker TV. That's right, I said Biker TV. See, one day, young Dragon made his way out the Navy to become a prospect. Some people thought he was crazy, but 5 years later, hard work became a habit. He became the president of the mighty Black Savage Nation. MCs, y'all, respectfully. Black Dragon, Black Savage, MC. That's right, y'all. Give it a thumbs up. Black Dragon Biker TV at his best. Oh yeah, and don't forget to get his Prospect Bible book. So proud of him. Man, he just don't know. He's a real legend. And y'all know it, and I know it. That's right, Black Dragon. That's right. Glad I met you, my friend. Black Dragon, I'm the Midnight Ghost Rider. Dub V, y'all. Love you, Black Dragon. Peace. And get skinny. like and share. Goodbye.
If you are seeking clarity about issues stemming from problems or crises occurring within your motorcycle club, then set up a consultation with Black Dragon. Black Dragon has over 30 years of experience in the motorcycle club world, having served as a national president of the 50-year-old Black Sabbath MC Nation for nearly 10 years. Black Dragon is a veteran negotiator, skilled in crisis management, conflict resolution, inter-club issues, press conferences, and club reputation management. You can set up an appointment to speak with him by phone at clarity.fm/black-dragon. Get the clarity you deserve to help make your MC the best place it can possibly be.